Which, why do you get creative? Like, what kinds of things make you
Want to
be-
get creative?
wanna be creative?
Okay, I think creativity is something that intrigues the student's mind. Whether that's running after school programs here or running the youth group over at North Point, creativity opens the eyes of a student to what you're trying to teach, whether that's English or Spanish or geography or even like being involved in like a homework zone or spike ball club. If you can be creative in the way that you do it, you're more likely to just engage the young minds.
Mm-hmm. During what activity do you think that you become the most creative? In what?
I would probably say like lesson prep, like if I'm teaching a class or teaching a lesson over at youth group, or when we have an opportunity to freestyle a little bit at youth group. That's when creativity comes from within, and definitely when we're planning games for big events, like Jonah, we're doing Battle of the Sexes over there last night. A lot of creativity goes into how we're going to do what event. Also with upcoming like the spike ball tournaments, just the things that are going to go on besides obviously there's going to be spike ball and nets there, but what other drawings and prizes and raffles might we do? I don't know yet. We get to the drawing board with me and some of the other leaders and even teachers here at the school, and we think creatively, how can we make this happen? So I'd say events and lessons, and then the occasional freestyle.
Do you want to ask two?
What exactly motivates you to be creative?
I think, like I said at the beginning, just to be able to captivate the young minds, to be able to just engage with students. There's just even from when I was in high school, if a teacher wasn't creative or if the older person wasn't very creative, I got bored with them fast. And with technology evolving more and more, and videos getting faster, and LTE and Wi-Fi getting faster and faster, attention spans are shorter and shorter. And so to be able to think creatively on how to engage and interact with students, that definitely drives my creative juices, I guess. That's a weird word, but
As a teacher, what during the day gets you most creative? When do you feel most creative during the day as a teacher?
I think for me, I teach the after school stuff, so I organize and facilitate the clubs for people to go to. With those, I think designing those clubs and thinking, if I were a student and I heard about a club, what would make me want to go? I mean, obviously sometimes students have to go to homework zone, just for academic reasons, but outside of having to go, what would make me want to go? Like if I knew for sure that there were teachers in there that could help me in math, or I knew that there was definitely a science teacher in there, then I might go to that. So I think creatively of how to just put people in positions to be successful on the teacher side or the people running the club, but also I ask myself, if I were a student, would I want to go to that club, and why? And so I just try to think creatively on how to design clubs and put people to lead the clubs in positions to get kids to go, yeah, this is a sweet club. I could tell my friends about this. I could bring people here, and it wouldn't be weird. This is a fun thing to do. So whereas I don't typically teach like a class here at North Star, having that after school program be a whole different element. Whereas you have to go to class, you don't have to go to the after school programs. I know the creativity has to be at top level to get you to stay after school when you could just go home or out of practice or whatever. But you choose to go to clubs, whereas you have to go to class. So creativity is super important in my job.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.